Hey guys, welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. We're gonna react to Mark Goldbridge reaction to what is happening to David Coote and the referees in general in the Premier League. Just in case you didn't know, this David guy, the video been circulating for a couple of days now about him literally hating Liverpool and hating Jurgen Klopp, even using some, racial word. I don't know if he was drunk or he was smoking something, but all that doesn't matter because he said horrible things and kind of represent what they think behind closed doors, because every team got this kind of referees. Okay, like they don't like the referee for many reasons, and rightly so most of the time, because if you look at somebody like Anthony Taylor with Chelsea, he will say how this guy continues to referee Chelsea games. So I'm going to just react and see what Goldbridge is saying here. And why am I reacting to Mark Goldbridge? Because he's a Manchester United fan. Manchester United and Liverpool are not buddies, they are enemies. So if he's going to have some kind of logic and be fair when it comes to a situation that affect football in general, not only Liverpool.
Hopefully we'll have time. I'm sure we will. But let's talk about what is happening around the PGMOL. Looking at your comments and what's going on social media. I mean, look, lots of half-truths, lots of truths. Unfairly, I think a lot of people have associated this particular referee with the handball that Rodri did at Goodison Park in 2022. He wasn't VAR and he wasn't the referee, but that was going around. Even I thought he'd done that and he hadn't. But what he has done is the video, and what the question is, not how you feel about it, but a day after, what should be done? I think he's got to go. You know, the longer you have to think about it, the more you have to compute it. I think it's a shame. In a sense that a video like that ends your complete career. But you know what it is? You know what it is? It's accountability and it's consistency, and it's the realization that we need professionalism in a professional game. Now, I've said for a long time, VAR...
All right, so he's talking about he need to go. I think everybody agrees with him on that one. You just need to go. How can you referee in top level and even in the championship or League One or League Two? I don't think this guy is gonna get a job because the reputation is gone, and whatever team you're gonna referee, everybody knows that you are not partial. Your emotions are gonna get the best out of you. You hate certain players, you hate certain managers. So I don't see him really walking in the football field in Europe right now. I heard that Saudi wanna give him a job or something, but listen, Saudi also care about their image. If you bring somebody that's been convicted on television or on camera, quote saying those kind of stuff, what kind of image you are going to reflect to your country? So you are taking everybody that is corrupt, right? So people will even scrutinize more Saudi if they get somebody like David Coote.
And the referees on the pitch should be independent. They shouldn't be mates. It shouldn't be Ollie. It shouldn't be Coote. It shouldn't be Cavanagh or whatever else they want to put a Y on the end of, because you can't. It's incredible to me how 1 week a referee is on the pitch making a crap decision, and then the next week they're sat in the VAR making a crap decision. They need to professionalise that industry. It has a reputation for being a job for the boys and a mates rates club and an arrogant.
Okay, so it makes sense that you need to be professional. They don't have to be met. You have to take people from outside that court of referees to be in the VAR. It makes sense because we saw what Mike Dean said on Jordan podcast, Simon Jordan, when he said he refused to call Anthony Taylor to the monitor because he was having a hard time. It was a tough game, so he didn't want to put him through that anymore. So he decided not to call him to the screen to see actually what happened between Cucurella and I think it was Christian Romero, somebody that pulled his hair, and then he fall down and Hurricane scored with a header in the same action. It was clear foul and probably a yellow or red card, but he refused to do it or call Anthony Taylor. There is even no guarantee that Anthony Taylor was going to give it, but you can see the collaboration. They are met. They call each other nicknames, and it's just like, I don't want to contradict my friends, and they are working really together to try to screw certain teams that they don't like.
Arrogance and a dictatorship. We saw with Michael Oliver's incredibly bad decision that Howard Webb even acknowledged against West Ham and Man United, and yet the next weekend he's managing he's refereeing a game again. So I think David.
So Michael Oliver, he's in trouble with pretty much every team. Arsenal accusing him, Manchester United accusing him, Chelsea accusing him, and in favor of Manchester City because, you know, he traveled to Saudi, referee like during the week, and on the weekend he's gonna referee like in the Premier League again. So when you go to Saudi and you go to the Middle East like Abu Dhabi or something, you come up with a bag, you are not partial anymore. So the owners from, you know, the Emirates or from Saudi, they give you a bag so you can favor their teams, right? So do you think that somebody like Michael Oliver is gonna take a bad decision against the team that are giving him a lot of money? So it's a lot of questions.
David Coote may well be the sacrificial lamb here that maybe brings in some of the changes that not Man United fans, every fan wants to see happening. And what we want to see is professionalism and accountability. Now, look, of course, as I said yesterday, what are your thoughts on this? I think he's got to go. And I think it's unfortunate, but this happens in politics. It happens in football. He has to go for the simple reason that there is a greater good here. And as much as it's a drunken or whatever mistake, it's a mistake that everybody who is a referee at the highest level needs to know you can't do. Like, there are certain things you know in your job that you can't do that everyone else does in their spare time. And a referee getting drunk or whatever, or pissing about with his mate saying he doesn't like Liverpool, absolutely fine in a private setting if you're not going to get rumbled. If you don't get caught, no one knows it. It's like a...
No, I actually don't agree with him when it comes to, you have to say it with your mate and whatever. That is what we know. Like, you have to be just partial. So basically saying the only problem he has now is to record it. And probably it's the Lord work. You know, it's like, hey, you can hide something for years, but one day you're going to do something that will just reveal everything in public, isn't it? Because even if you look at Diddy, he was the king for years and everything behind closed doors and recording people, and today everything is into the light. So saying that it's okay to say those things even in private, I don't think like a professional referee, supposed to have that kind of mindset about certain individuals and clubs.
If a tree falls down in the woods and no one's there, does anybody hear it? No, they don't. But it still falls down and it still makes a noise. My point is that in this situation, it's untenable for him to continue. And it's not just Liverpool. If he came back and did Man United against Arsenal and made a decision for United, Arsenal fans would be going, look, football is an unforgiving sport in the sense.
So integrity is gone here. Regardless of the game now that he's going to referee, people are going to question him. People are going to point fingers.